champion, charge your light. Victory in your upright. Insight light. Insight light. Insight light. Your psychic eyesight. Sacred infinite. Pure awareness, insight. Holy heaven birthright. Inside light. Insight light.
Welcome to Insight Light as Love broadcast. This is our 10th. How beautiful, how grateful we are. And as always, we are so thankful that we are able to bring to you viewers beautiful souls to share their love, their light, and to have some discussion on what is helpful and supportive to us all in these times. And so I always, like to give deepest gratitude, again, for those who come forth and share their talents and gifts and time, for you, the viewers. And oh my goodness, we give thanks for our ancestors, for those that we know, those we do not know, and those of our ancient ancestors, who we are graced to be here in legacy of the divine source of life that animates us all. So we're excited. Now, being of the 10th, and this is the last Sunday, as you know, of women's history and women's international history. And I know that the voice of the beautiful guest that we have today will inspire us all. And I would like, before having Tuere come on and introduce her to us, to you, I want to share with you a profile of a international woman, a beautiful, phenomenal woman that I was just introduced to recently, listening to an interview of her. And I had not heard of her before. And I'm sure that there are so many that we don't know about, really, but we're learning and growing. And that's the important thing. And this is why we do this too, to expand, our awareness of all the beautiful souls that are out there that we can connect with. So I would like to share with you a little bit about this beautiful sister.
Yes, can you come up
from
and
the
get the
Republic
keys? I'll leave them at the front door. I'm on
of
the air.
Liberia. And I'm going to share. I'm going to do this because this is the easiest way for me, because I want to make sure that you get the information. She received 10 years ago, okay, and the number 10, I synchronized with that because this is our 10th broadcast. She received the Nobel Peace Prize. And this is what it says about her, which I was just so amazed with her. And here this is, she says, this is a quote. She says, "There is something in the world that every individual can do. Leadership is standing with your people. The one thing," she says, "I have never been afraid of is standing before important people and speaking my mind. I always tell people, anger is like a liquid, neither bad nor good. It's what we do with it." And what she did with it was profound. So again, back in 2011, she received this Nobel Peace Prize for the work that she did. And let me share further with you some of what is said about her. That she was one who brought together a group of women from different faiths to fight for peace in the country. And when she was 17, the Second Civil War in Liberia started. And she said she went from a teenager graduating high school to an adult in just a few moments of time when that was found out. And her father was taken away by the military, her mother as well. And and she had 4 sisters. She was she had 6 children herself, but she was one of 5 daughters. And she says this about the work that she did, that she fought for nonviolent peace in her country, is that her grandmother, who died several months ago, was 115 years old. 115 years old. And she said to her, to Lama, that whatever she wanted to do in life, she could do. So she said she attributes her independence, and her strength to her grandmother, who socialized her to be independent. And then she also attributed to her father, who would not allow her to be mutilated, as many of the females were. He would not allow that to happen to his daughters. That process, he said, would not happen to them. So she said she was protected by her father as it relates to her feminine dignity. And she was protected and guided by this grandmother who taught her to be fiercely independent. And so with that, she spoke of how one day her youngest son, asked her for a donut. And she said something happened to her when her son asked her that, because she was not able to give him that. And then the next day she said she had a dream. And as she was sleeping on her floor, having this dream, she said a voice spoke to her and said, "I want you to gather the women together for peace." And so she said she was so stunned by that. It was like this was a woke up moment for her. And she went to the pastor locally, and she explained what had happened in this dream. And she said, "But I cannot do that." He wasn't talking to me. And he said, "No, no, that's your dream. That's for you to do." But she thought, how can I do that? Because for her, she was an unmarried woman. She was with a man that she loved, but she was not married. So by all standards of the Christian standards, how could she be called on to do something like this? But in spite of that, she moved forward. She kept that strength, and she gathered women together. And there was a Muslim woman who came to her and said she wanted to be a part of this movement, this nonviolent peace movement. And so she went to this Muslim woman's mosque, and she spoke to them and taught with them. And then she went back and then gathered together 7 women. 7 women, and they said, how can we do this, just the 7 of us? How can we put this message out about nonviolent peace? We don't have any money. One of the women had $10 in her pocket. She took out that $10, and that's how they started to go and use that to go to the newspaper and start this movement. And it kept growing and growing and growing and growing. And then the interview spoke about how these women, to the government hall, and they were out there, and they were doing their nonviolent protesting for peace, so that there would be no more rape and war. The warlords wouldn't come and take the women and the young girls and all the violence, etc. And so what happened was they did not want to listen. And she said to this man who would not let her in to speak to the government officials, these men, she goes, "If you do not let me in, I will strip naked before all of you." And the other women were willing to do that. She says, because that's how important it is to me. It's one thing when a man uses force to rape a woman, but I am giving up my dignity. I'm willing to give up my dignity as a woman for peace in my land, for our children. So I was so moved by that. And I just wanted to share that in the very beginning here. So with that, I just want to share a little bit of this song, and then Tueri's going to come on, and we're going to meet Cheryl. So I'm going to take a little sip of the water, because you got to have that water. Because when I met this woman through this interview, Spirit said, this song, I want you, this is her. This is like who she is. So I am going to pull this up. This is technology here. All right. And here we go. And I want to do the full lyrics. Okay. So I give this in honor of phenomenal sister Lema Gabowi and the other two sisters from Africa who received the Nobel Peace Prize, and all of the women and men too who opened up their hearts, who said, like this gentleman when they went to this government officials, what have we done to our women that they would be willing to do what they said they would do so we could listen and bring peace back. So many of you might remember this song. She's faced the hardest times you could imagine, and many times her eyes fought back the tears. And when her youthful world was about to fall in, each time her slender shoulders bore the weight of all her fears, and the sorrow no one hears still rings in midnight silence through her ears. So let her cry, for she's a lady. Let her dream, she's a child. And let the rain fall down upon her. She's a free and gentle flower growing wild. And if by chance that I should hold her, let me hold her for a time. And if I'm allowed just one possession, I will take her in my arms to be mine. So be careful how you touch her, for she will awaken as sleep's been the only freedom that she's known. And when you walk into her eyes, you won't believe the way she's always paying for a debt she doesn't know. Oh, let her cry, for she's a lady. Oh, let her cry, she's a child. And let the rain fall down upon her, for she is a true and gentle flower, sweet and gentle flower, growing wild. And that wildness showed up in Lamna when she said, no more, no longer, no more. Peace, peace. And we're not still working for that. Are we still not working for that now, Tuere, right? So many women and so many men who have opened up to the divine feminine in their souls, so we can do the work. Each one of us, our voices matter. Each voice. So I hope you heard that message, and you will maybe go check her out. Lama, Jabowie, but she's doing great work to raise funds to bring our girls and our boys together to be educated, to be cared for, not just education, but housing, tuition, and health, to care for them, for she's a great mother, and great father. We must be that, all of us together. So, Tori, what do you think about our phenomenal sister, Lamar Jabowie, that I shared about? She's such a beautiful soul. Yes, there you are.
Powerful. Ooh, thank you so much, Nana Noor. You are representing women.
Oh.
Women. We are at the last of the month with our special presentation for Women's History Month, International Women's History Month, Cosmic
Yes.
Women's History Month, Galactic Women's History Month. The sky is not the limit when it comes to the women. But I'm so thankful for that song, just like raised hairs on my sharing and caring, loving and giving. Thank you so much, Nana Noor. That was powerful. And the sister, there's so many untold stories. There's so much. But as Gil Braun said, express yourself as though every action was etched in the sky in fire for all eyes to see, for indeed it is so. See, what you sow is what you reap. It's just a matter of time. This little episode of life in these bodies is like one grain of sand on the seashore of time.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm so thankful. Oh, we got a guest in the house we're going to bring on today. She is Superwoman. Lots of folks today are, bragging and feeling so great about what they just started doing. And that's good. That's good. But when you have a backtrack record, when you can look back and you see the road that you've walked and the lives that you've touched and one event after another, one program after another, one organization after another, one woman after another, uplifted to stand on their feet and set them free. We have a sister in the house that
looking
so cool. Oh my God, she is just so wonderful. And we're so thankful for her appearing here today. And Cheryl Jones is in the house and known to many as Chaplain Cheryl Jones. And I would just like to ask you to open up your heart and receive my beautiful sister, because this is a great benefit for all of us. Welcome.
Hi, Cheryl.
Thank you. I've been so inspired already. Nana Noor, that song touched me in a very deep way. And I just am so thankful to be on the screen with you. And of course, my brother, Tuere Chica, my mystic, I call him my mystic, and the wider audience. So thank you so much for the invitation.
Oh, so delighted to have you here. I've heard you on a podcast and I said, what a beautiful soul. So it was no coincidence that I was led to our phenomenal sister in Africa because it connects with you.
Oh, thank you. And I felt that story too. And I could just imagine what power and courage it took to do the work that she did. So thank you for lifting her up today.
Yes. And what power and courage that she continues to evoke and to elicit from her story. That's the whole beautiful thing about her story, is that it continues in glory. I just want to say, before we hear from you, dear Cheryl, is that when you were born on a beautiful, beautiful trine, a trine. And this trine of the fire signs, the Leo, the Aries, and the Sagittarius, although the sun in Capricorn when you were born is your sun sign, but this trine of fire really is this inspiration that you bring to us. Now, as we speak right now, we are in a full moon. Yes, we are zooming, blooming in a full moon in, of course, Aries. So as we see the sun and Venus right now in the sky are 8 degrees Aries. The moon is in Libra, the opposite sign, 8 degrees. So we got a tight Venus, sun, moon energy going on here. And what it really means is, well, the queen is expressing herself. Of course, we know Venus and the moon are connected with the feminine energy, balance and beauty and nurturing and sensitivity. You know, that's a beautiful thing. Now, some men and even women that are in denial of the feminine energy. See, we all have masculine and feminine energy in us, and some are maybe in denial, then they would sort of be suppressing this right now. And what happens when you suppress the feminine? Oh boy, in yourself, you create, well, in some cases, a monster, but in other cases, you know, someone that is unwhole, unhealthy, dis-ease, fragmented, or it's just like you're not whole. But I want to say that in this full moon, beloved Cheryl Jones, as you appear today, you carry the vibrations, the moon in Aries, Leo rising, and Venus in Sagittarius. So this trine of fire means that these energies represented by these symbols are working easy flowing, just harmonious and glowing through you. Venus is, of course, your creativity, your love, mixed with the moon is coming with deep feelings as a nurturer. The moon at the midheaven, or the highest point, born in the evening, so the moon is controlling at night. You're lifting the moon up to the world, the mother. In Aries, it's a warrior mother. It's an expression of the deep woman animal. And then the ascendant is the physical body, immediate environment. The queen, the Leo, is the ascendant. So we're talking about your being here that is so beloved and appreciated, Cheryl Jones, of this noble, royal, authoritative, heart-pounding, heartening creativity and love as you empower women to tune into that reality in their being. The Venus and Sagittarius is, bringing about, Jupiter, Mars, and Sagittarius too, all together is bringing about the spiritualness, the love of wisdom and philosophy, the universal language of spiritual principles and many different paths and cultures. And the moon in Aries that you are sharing here. So your courage, I'm saying that I am so thankful for who you are, Cheryl Jones. And just please tell us about what's going on these days in your life, because you have done so much. Your tender touch, we're all lifted. Talk to us, Cheryl Jones.
Thank you so much, Tuere. As I was thinking about this day, and just meditating on this presentation, I thought about my 60th birthday party, which was last January, and you were there too, Eric. And I wanted to invite everybody I knew. I've been in the DC area for 32 years.
Wow.
And so I was trying to invite everybody I knew. And Nana Nora, you would have been there too if I had known.
I sure would have.
Yeah, we had a great time. And so the program that I put together, I wanted people to speak from every facet of my life, from my family to my career, to my lifelong friends. And so there was a part where my lifelong friends spoke. And I wanted them to, and it was a roast. So I wanted funny stories. I didn't want a whole lot of accolades. Funny stories. And my mother took that to heart and told some funny stories. But my girlfriends came up, and these are lifelong friends. You know, one is a friend from age 15, age 19, and I'm thankful that they are still, you know, my friends and that they're still on the planet. And I thought, and they're all Black women. They were all Black women. And then I started thinking, you know, Black women have been the root, the source, the foundation for everything I do, besides God, through these Black women. And I started thinking about my educators. I was blessed. I grew up in Houston, Texas, and I was blessed to go to a Black elementary school where I learned Lift Every Voice and Sing at age 8. I had to memorize the whole thing.
Yeah.
The teachers put Black professionals on the walls for us to aspire to. And my teachers were Black women, from Miss Coffee in first grade, loving us as children, from Miss Jones in fourth grade. And I grew up in Texas. So there was corporal punishment, and she punished us. It's funny now. It wasn't funny back then. To Miss Tibbs in fifth grade. Miss Tibbs was like Aretha Franklin. Beautiful. And in those days, the teachers dressed up, and she wore her heels and her skirts and perfume. She told us girls, now you put perfume here and here. And, you know, and then I think about my music lessons. My mother put me in piano lessons at age 8. My teacher was a Black woman, Mrs. Joyce Young Franklin. She had been a budding pianist herself in college, and then she was stricken with an illness that took her to bed and then put her in a wheelchair. And she said, the spirit, she told me this, I started working with her from age 8 all the way to 18, but she didn't tell me this story until I was in my 20s. And she said she came home, she had been a student at a conservatory, Black woman at a conservatory in Iowa. She had pictures of her as a concert pianist, and then she got scarlet fever and rheumatoid arthritis, took her to bed, thought she was going to die. And she said the Spirit of Christ appeared at her bedside and said, my daughter, you're going to live, and I have work for you to do. And she opened this piano studio in her home for Black children in Houston. That was my piano teacher from age 8 to 18. And so
beautiful.
Yes. And she is the reason now I teach piano lessons. I teach guitar lessons, but it was Joyce Young Franklin that taught me how to play piano. And so I'm just surrounded in a cloud of Black women who have been my strength, my aunts, my cousins, my mother. You know, I didn't know my grandmothers, but just the strength and courage and beauty. You know, I had an aunt who would sit around and tell us stories, you know, because I'm a chaplain, so I love hearing people's stories. But I remember she sat as I was a kid, and she was telling us about her failed marriages, and I just was eating it up like this is treasure. So it gave me an openness to life that I did not feel. I didn't grow up feeling, well, you're Black, you're dark skinned, so, you know, you're a little less than, or people are going to see you. Never had that feeling. I never had that feeling. And some years ago, just a few years ago, I went to a spiritual retreat in Sedona, Arizona.
Oh.
And the first, it's wonderful, Sedona Soul Adventures. And the first woman I would meet with practitioners, healers, and I was going through something. And the first healer, I had a broken relationship. And she said, I didn't know she was a psychic as well, but she was a sound healer. And she said, you've never felt less than because you're Black, right? I said, no. She said, it's very interesting that you would come into this life as a Black woman, because Black, and she was a white woman, Black women are seen in this culture as second class, but you've never felt that, right? I said, no. And it always shocks me when somebody says or treats me, I have to think, why are they doing that? And they're like, oh, racism. I'm not that naive. I feel the systemic, results of racism. But when it relates to me, sometimes I have to think, why is this happening? Oh, yeah, because they see a Black woman and they see a dark-skinned Black woman. And so I really felt as a child that God had touched me, even before I knew God, to say it was God, in a mighty way. My cousins used to call me Reverend Jones when I was, a kid, because I was always telling them what to do and be nice, and that's not right.
Whoa, that fire.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
and you, yes.
Yes, please go ahead.
You exemplify and testify to the reality that it's very meaningful when you're enveloped and surrounded by loving women.
Oh,
that foundation right there has, brought you forward to share. I mean, one of the things that is so impressive about the plethora of accomplishments you have ascertained is, Nana Nora family, this beautiful woman here, Cheryl Jones, has brought a group of veterans, military veterans, together to form a veterans band. And it's what you got, 20 something members in it, Cheryl? Yes. And they're called the
Spirituality and the Arts Players of the DC VA Medical Center. The Spirituality and the Arts Players. We call us SAP, the SAP family.
Ooh, yes. And the thing is that family, you need to bring that band to your event, because that band is so powerful, to bring veterans who, have been trained for war and be tough and hard, and then to give them instruments and to help them express their heart and relieve.
To heal. Oh my God.
Heal.
Yeah.
This is just powerful. That's just one event that I'm aware of your greatness, and and so I can see what you're saying here, how that family and friends and women, powerful women, help to I wouldn't say shield, but to instill such a focus that you were unassailable and unpregnable against the vicious venom virus, illusion and confusion of white supremacy.
And yet, with all of that, I still, I'm 61 now, and I'm still working on self-esteem issues, worthiness issues, because I was a kid thinking I could never be as beautiful as my aunts. I could never be as, glorious or smart as my mother, and so I've still had to work on those self-esteem issues, those issues of worthiness. And that's why I believe I am in ministry, because the very things that I'm working on, other people need work on. And I heard a Yoruba priestess said that the Spirit says that when someone comes to you with an issue, that's an issue you need to work on. And that has just the veterans. I'm telling you, I have worked with university students, retired people, because as a chaplain, you minister in different institutions. So I've worked in very many institutions. The veterans, particularly the African American veterans, but all veterans that I've worked with, I've had the honor to work with, come with a realness that has really helped me grow. And that's just saying just a portion of what has happened, just the transformation. You know, I used to kind of try to stand back and cower back and no, you go and you do it, you be up front. And they would not allow me to shrink. You know, they do not allow me to shrink. You have this gift. Oh, I need that. Yeah. So I'm just so thankful for the work.
Well, I tell you what, dear, it is such an honor, and you know, there's young women listening right now, and I know they're being benefited. I want to request a song from you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so we're finishing up with Women's History Month, and we're going to get into Jazz Appreciation Month. And jazz is my favorite, right behind R&B. So it's kind of a top. But jazz is really speaks to my heart. Those melodies, those stories. And this is a song by Abbey Lincoln. She was born as Anna Marie Wooldridge. Her dates of birth and then transition is August 6th, 1930. She was born and died August 14th, 2010. She's better known as, she was born as Annie Marie Wooldridge, but changed her name to Abbey Lincoln. She was married at one point to Max Roach, the jazz drummer. She was a vocalist, an actress, a songwriter, and she wrote this song called Throw It Away. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this song, and this will be a cappella in honor of my beautiful, beautiful women goddesses in my life. I think about the life I live, a figure made of clay, and think about the things I lost, the things I gave away. And when I'm in a certain mood, I search the house and look. One night I found these magic words in a magic book. Throw it away, throw it away. Give your love, live your life each and every day. And keep your hand wide open. Let the sun shine through. 'Cause you can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. There's a hand to rock the cradle and a hand to help us stand with a gentle kind of motion as it moves across the land. And the hands unclenched and open, gifts of life and love it brings. So keep your hand wide open if you're needing anything. Throw it away, throw it away. Give your love, live your life each and every day. And keep your hand wide open. Let the sun shine through. 'Cause you can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. 'Cause you can never lose a thing if it belongs to you. You can never, ever lose a thing if it belongs to you.
Yay!
Ashe.
Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Yeah. Felt that for sure.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, I know you
Beautiful.
all love that.
Oh man, that was so
we
great,
have
Cheryl.
grace today. Woo.
Man, that voice is amazing.
Oh,
It cuts
love it.
through to the heart. Oh yeah. Nana Nora, I'm saying, hey,
you
y'all.
know I'm loving
Oh,
that.
my sisters. My sister,
We
did
don't
you
have
hear
to
that
do
song?
this.
You
We
better
have to do
start throwing. Go ahead.
Yeah. I want yeah.
Hey, my sisters, you better start throwing away some
Okay.
situations, some knuckleheads out your life, and
Yes.
get out the strife and put down the knife and lift up your life. Throw it away.
Whoa, watch out. This is a full moon. Let it go. Release it. Yeah.
Release it.
Love
You
it.
know what belongs to you, you can never lose.
Never lose it.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling the upliftment. I'm feeling Nana Nora. I'm saying,
You're just so honored our ancestors, so honored them, Cheryl. Oh, I love you. Thank you. Oh,
So much.
Wow. Cheryl, I mean,
got another one?
oh yeah. And I'm saying, oh man, that song is just so powerful. And I know you play keyboards and guitar, and you're in a jazz band, and where can people hear you play and sing?
Well, with the pandemic, live music has been cut short, but I do sing about twice a month, and they just reopened at a restaurant in Baltimore. That's pretty much my steady gig. It varies, but mostly Fridays or Saturday nights. And the Baltimore restaurant is Tagliata Restaurant in Baltimore, 1012 Fleet Street, Baltimore, Maryland, very near the Inner Harbor. And it's just me and a pianist. I just sang this past Friday, and I have another couple of gigs in April. So besides singing at my church, that's kind of my steady gig.
Please say the name of that restaurant again.
Yes, Tagliata. It's Tagliata, Tagliata Restaurant in Baltimore, Maryland, 1012 Fleet Street, like the fleet, Navy Fleet Street. Tagliata Restaurant, Fleet Street. We generally sing or live music every night, but on Fridays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Oh, that's wonderful. And while you're giving out information, if anyone wants to get in contact with the spirituality players, the big band, where can they contact you?
Yes, please email me at the job, Cheryl, CHERYL JONES, the number 5 at va.gov, GOV. So Cheryl, CHERYL Jones, JONES, the number 5, just 5, at va.gov. And particularly veterans, but we take community members as well. And we do music, all kinds of inspirational music. We're through Chaplain Service where I work, but we do Earth, Wind, and Fire, Prince, Curtis Mayfield. If it has a positive message, uplifting message, inspirational, we do it. And the veterans bring the music. I may bring in one or two, let's try this, let's try that. But 9 times out of 10, they're bringing music to me to say, hey, how about this one? Let's try this one. We have one CD, which is free. If you want a CD, just email me and I'll send you one. We're working on a second one. It's just been a little thwarted because of the pandemic, but as things are opening up and veterans are getting vaccinated, as well as we will start recording this next CD very soon.
So exciting. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I mean, you also counsel, young women, and these, Nana Nora, we're talking about veteran women as well. Veteran women who have been to war, who have endured the abuse of other veteran men, discrimination and abuse in the military. And oh man, you're going in to serve your country. And then you got people in there putting you down, trying to make you frown. And so she's helping them to deal with these issues in the tissues. And this is powerful work. So I'm saying to you, Chaplain Cheryl, you're on your divine assignment. And your meaning that you're putting down in this lifetime with higher purpose is inspiring for even us men that are trying to wake up and get rid of that luggage of toxicity. Nana Nora, I mean, we want to hear Cheryl Jones, but I know that's been inspired. You got another one you want to share with us?
Please.
Okay, well, I want to hear Nana Nora sing again too, but okay. So as I was talking to Tuere this week, we were thinking, what songs? And he brought this one up. So, but I'm going to change, and we decided a little bit. This was one made famous by Nat King Cole, and I think you'll know it. There was a girl, a very strange, enchanted girl. They say she wandered very far over land and sea, a little shy and sad of eye, but very wise was she. And then one magic day, she passed my way. And while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this she said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. And then one magic day, she passed my way. And though we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this she said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just love and be loved in return.
Oh, sister. I said sister. You got that? A star. You got that, Cheryl? I know you do. Oh, I just love it. Oh, yes. Didn't we tell you viewers? Didn't we tell you viewers what you were gonna feel? Yes, indeed.
Okay. Okay. I'm saying, man, you got to come on a whole lot more.
Oh, yes.
Okay. I just want to share a little something here because y'all done got my inspiration wings kind of lights and I feel a wind and I'm ready for flight. But you know, we hear about the umbilical cord, you know. What's the umbilical cord, Nana Nora?
It's that nurturing connection to the universe, to the one and only source of life, connects us, feeds us, nourishes us.
That's what's up. I want to share a mystic poem. Some people don't understand what mystic poetry is, you know. Yeah, it's not quite like rap, not quite like poetry. We got people like Rumi, you know, we got people like Hafiz, we got people like Gilbrand, mystic poets. And my teacher, St. Darshan Singh, a living master ascended, now a mystic poet. And my mission. But this umbilical cord, I just wanted to clarify, it's not just a physical thing, you know, it's a spiritual thing, you know, and some spiritual talk is phrased as a silver cord that connects the body. But I just want to share this lift of wings so swift, like an eagle on a cliff that's looking to see who is in reality living in divinity. Praise her, worship and adore. Send your life back up the umbilical cord for hearts and hugs reward. Birth canaled you to this view to see the scenery concealing what's true. Physical matter covers spirit inside. All forms scatter. Soul ever abides. Embrace her, face her, an essence issued as you. Spin your love back up the umbilical cord. Praise for the mothership aboard. Past due, settle now. This interest you have accrued to divine being. Set aside your schoolish ties. Break through to no mind being. Ooh, sage her, inner sense. Breathe and soar. Nothing above appreciate love restored, born through sacred womb. Spirit spring from stream like moon. Compassion's bliss while you exist. Zone home and reattune. Amaze her. Be thankful ways for sure. When your breath breathes within the umbilical cord, sound praises evermore. Ooh, I'm saying never perceive you were conceived. Oh my God, this is so, I'm just never conceived that you were conceived in this beautiful, beautiful breed, ever stuck in muck for luck. Without her, you're a pun. Ooh, attention, what you desire. Infinite wings or things that expire. Father, from the mother, unite with no other. No universe is higher. Your Milky Way empire, galactic goddess fire. Blaze her, with sparks, harp, and roar. Yes, wake up, shake up, back up the umbilical cord. Enjoy. Unending love is poured. That's what I'm saying to the mothers today.
Yes, it goes. Well, I want to, Cheryl.
Come on.
Cheryl, this is what I'm going to say.
Come on, Nona, bring it.
I'm going to say, because and Spirit said this, you must say this, because I already heard your voice, so I knew your soul was so beautiful. But this is what Spirit says about each one of us. Each one of us matters. Our voice, whether it is that silent voice, whether it is the words that come out, whether it comes out through song and sound, for everything was made from that, from sound. Our voices, viewers, your voice matters. And so what we shared today, a little bit of this song sums it up for me, which is this. Our voices and our praises are shifting the atmosphere till the heavens are opened for breakthrough and healing. Our voices and our praises shifting shifting the atmosphere, and every yoke will be broken. Yes, every chain is broken because our voices, our praise is shifting the atmosphere. It's moving and it's shifting, yes, shifting the atmosphere. Every chain is destroyed, every yoke is destroyed, every chain is broken because our voices and our praise is moving, rising and moving, shifting the atmosphere. Come on, Cheryl. Our voices to area, shifting the atmosphere. Voices, viewers, your voice, use it, uplift, rise up together. We are doing this. We are honoring the divine source of life through our voice, and we are shifting the atmosphere, moving from the lower vibrations. And we know what those lower vibrations are and what have done over the time, over the history. But women, the feminine divine energies of the divine woman is rising, is returning. We're reclaiming, and we're reclaiming it with power. And we're not saying just us, we're saying together with the sacred man, the sacred masculine energies. We can do this. We can shift the atmosphere.
Amen. Amen. I receive it. Amen. Amen. Beautiful. Beautiful.
We are just lifted up today. Oh my goddess. Thank you so much. Oh, this is going to last for quite a while, family. This is going to be like some wind under your wings for soaring for quite a while. So just do your best to be receptive. Ooh, the love of women.
Right, joining together in oneness with the sacred masculine. We're here for that.
Cheryl Jones, I'm so delighted that you appeared today, and we want you back soon.
So please charge now.
Looking forward to hearing it.
We want you back soon.
I would love to. Excuse that my battery's running low, but for the last thing, I do want to.
Nana, take us out.
Well, Cheryl's going to do a little something.
Just a little something. That I learned as a kid. We all learned as kids, particularly in the Black community. And Nana and Tuere, y'all are doing this every day, every moment of your day. And so I'm just going to sing just this one little part. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And we say amen. 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 Lord. Amen. Everybody sing amen.
Yes.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. Oh, what a wonderful time we had today. Oh, blessed time.
Yes.
And so,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good, because my headset went out just now. But Nana, come on, take us out, and we will be back. Oh, and I want to remind anyone that wants their free reading to contact insightlight.net to get your, I guess some people, there's the banner showing everybody where to go, to get to come on live on the broadcast. We're here. Insight Light is love, and we're on alignment with the assignment. And if you want to lift above, you want some encouragement and you want some healing, this is the place to be. Insight Light.net. True love is what you get. Ooh, Cheryl, you did it today with Nana Neuro, man. Ooh, I can't wait till you both are in person singing together with the band.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I'm looking so forward. Okay, to close out, you said close out?
Yes, ma'am.
This is for all of us. There is more that is required of us. So right now, let our spirits, our minds, our hearts, our souls now say, yeah. We look forward to seeing you again.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. I've been so inspired.
Oh, love you much.
Love you. Love you. Bye.